This podcast episode is sponsored by Stewardship Matters, Estate Planning.
Good day, seniors and active adults. Welcome back to our YouTube podcast, Get Your Weekly Slice, where we protect, inform, and educate you, our seniors and active adults, every week about what you should know as you age. It is about keeping you, our seniors, in the know. Let me ask you the question, how many of you thought about downsizing? I know most people have thought about it. And I know that when they begin or when they start, they get stuck doing personal papers and photos. And when they do that, they get to the point that they just throw their hands up in the air and say, I'm not ready for this. Keep in mind, when you're thinking about downsizing or right sizing, it's a mindset that you got to go through. You got to get your mind in play. So people will ask them, where do I start? Who do I call? So the best call that you can make, and I know it's an unknown, is to reach out to a certified senior housing professional like myself, because we're different type of real estate agents. Whereas we focus on seniors making that move, downsizing, right sizing, whatever you want to call it, to help them through that process, because there's a lot of components that fit into the downsizing process. And we've worked with a number of seniors and active adults, helping them transition from their homes, bigger footprint, smaller footprint, to an independent, 55 plus, independent assisted memory care, whatever. We've helped them through that process. So by contacting us, Alba and I, who are certified senior housing professionals, we know where to begin and what to do. And keep in mind, we take it a step further than any other agent out there. We get ourselves background checked on an annual basis. They don't go the traditional 2 or 3 levels down. They go 5 or 6 levels down. So wherever we've been, we're background checked. So it's another level of trust for you, our seniors and active adults. So we guide you along the way. We take you from the start. We have a consultation. We talk about what you as a senior active adult are looking for when you make that transition. And what we do is we come back and we provide you options, a minimum of 3, and you are the one who's still in control. You are the one that makes the decision going forward. So especially with this step 3, contacting us, and then whatever needs to be done, we have a network of connections. And it's about you surrounding yourself with professionals. We have those connections to make this process go a lot smoother than you would ever have thought of. So if we're preparing the house, and go back to some of my other podcasts about real estate investing, or when you're looking at senior living options, I drill down deep into some of these topics. So it's about you staying in control, number 1. It's about us providing you with options to make the decisions that you need. But understand, with that network, we have plumbers, electrician, AC people, roofers, landscapers. We have all type of resources available: senior placement services, insurance people, mortgage people. We have it all. Financial planners, the legal. Again, go through all the topics. We drill down deeper. This is just kind of giving you an idea where we're at when it comes to the downsizing process and what we, as a real estate agent, certified senior housing professional, how we're different and how we can make your life a lot easier. So all the people that are in my network have all been vetted. We all, there's no referral fees paid out. Understand that, because the group that I have assembled, the network of resources that I have put together, we all have the same passion to help seniors by protecting them, informing them, and educating them. The acronym for Protect, Inform, and Educate is PIE. Hence, Get Your Weekly Slice podcast. So I want you to understand we have that network already established. You don't have to take the time, your family doesn't have to take the time to find the right people to prepare the house for sale, to connect you for your move. So we have it all. I mean, we have the estate sale person, we have the move manager, we have it all. So it makes your life a lot easier, and you're not going to get this type of service at no extra charge to you. Of course, there's going to be a charge for the services, but from us as a real estate person, there's no extra charge putting this all together. So understand that. But if we take the process all the way through, and it depends on what we do, we're not going to be charging any more than any other agent out there. And look at the value that we're going to provide to you as you're going through this process called downsizing, right sizing. So step 4, and this is the big one of the 5 easy steps, is what are we going to do with all of your stuff? And I know that is what lingers out there. That's what hangs on a lot of people's minds when they're looking to downsize. And the last thing you want to do is, and I mentioned it earlier, is we want you to be proactive through this process called downsizing, because we don't want you to be overwhelmed. If you do it on your own, you do it with inexperienced agents, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be overwhelming because this is a big move. It's a big transition. You're leaving a lot of memories behind. You got a lot of stuff you got to get rid of, especially if you've lived in your home 30 plus years. So I think when you look at us as certified senior housing professionals, you look at us as like a project manager. We will help you through this process. We want you to start out small, 15 minutes a day, clean a drawer out, clean a closet out. If you're aging at home, it keeps you busy, it gets you organized, and that's a great place to start. You don't want to start with the photos. You don't want to start with all the paperwork, because what's going to happen with that when you do it, it's just going to bog you down. So it's all about decluttering. So you can start that process yourself to go through it, but always keep in mind when you are in that mindset to do it, to declutter, to sort, you want to make sure that you're looking at items that you want to save, that you want to donate, you want certain family members to have. And that's what it's all about. It's about taking it by step, going through the process. So keep in mind, and I read this, and I thought it's a pretty good a good way when you're going through the downsizing process is when you're saving stuff for family, heirlooms, antiques, whatever they might be, and they save them. What would be interesting is if you're able to attach a story with that item that they're going to inherit. And that way, when they take it, they're going to have a little history as to why that piece or that item or that antique or that furniture was so special to you. But now what you've done is if you've added some history to that special item for that person who's going to take control of it from this point forward. One thing I'm going to recommend, don't do garage sales. Don't do Craigslist. And the reason why is garage sales, you've done them before. If you haven't done them, you don't want to do them because it's going to frustrate you. Because if you think you've got something of value, that garage sale person is not going to pay for what the value it's worth. So just understand that. That's why it's easier for you as you're going through this process, identifying what you're going to save, what you're going to donate, and what family you're going to give some of these things to. Because then once you have identified that, then we can bring in, if it's cost efficient for both the estate sale person and you, if it's gonna make both of you money, that's the route that needs to be done. Because the estate sale person can come in, and the one that I work with in particular, they will inventory everything. They will attach UPC codes to it. And then you're going to know what the inventory is before the start of the estate sale and what it is after, what's sold, what's not sold, what's your cut. And then they box up the rest of it. And it's up to you if this is what you want them to do. And in most cases, people do. They don't want anything to do with that leftover stuff from the sale. So they can arrange to have the rest of that stuff packed, picked up on the day following. So if you did a garage, or excuse me, an estate sale on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they're going to finish it up Sunday and late Saturday, early Sunday. And then Monday or Tuesday, they're going to have it picked up and the house is cleaned out, broom swept clean, and it's ready for the new owners to take ownership of that house because you've already been moved out. You're already in your place and they're doing all the heavy lifting and work. And again, it comes back to us, certified senior housing professionals. We're the project manager for this transition. So that in a nutshell will save you a lot of time, grief, and emotional stress. It's all about having you not be overwhelmed. So I hope you understand where and what the process is and how we, as certified senior housing professionals, can help you through that process. So after all that stuff's removed, the house is sold, we want you to understand that we're not like other realtors. We're here at the start. We're the project manager. We're helping you through the process, keeping in mind, allowing you to stay in charge, providing you options of what you want done, and we'll provide options or suggestions as to what needs to be done. But we're at the beginning, the start of everything, because you are in a situation. Where do I start? You start with us as certified senior housing professional. We take care of everything. We help you through that whole process, get you situated. So we're at the beginning, the end at the closing, and beyond. So when you need anything after the sale, we're still going to keep in contact with you because you're still going to have senior related questions or concerns as you age. So I hope that helps. The biggest part, again, is this stuff. And I think we can help you, guide you through that process called downsizing. In closing, I hope you enjoyed today's Get Your Weekly Slice. If you'd like to discuss further today's topic, you can reach me via email at mike@your, Y-O-U-R, Florida, spelled out, Haven, Haven.com, or call me at 407-340-5291 to set up an appointment. I provide a free 1.5 hour in-person meeting to discuss your future plans on aging while providing you a minimum of 3 options to choose from. Don't forget to follow us and like us on Facebook and Instagram. While on my website at yourfloridahaven.com, sign up for my monthly newsletter, RSV to any of my in-person events, which are held at the Orange County Library, Smarter Senior Seminar Series events, and to view any and all of my videos and podcasts. We hope these podcasts are helpful, and if they are, please share with your friends, family, and neighbors by letting them know what we offer as certified senior housing professionals, designated real estate agents, to our seniors and active adults as they age. We're a connector. It is about keeping seniors in the know. Till next time, when you come back to get your weekly slice.
This podcast episode is sponsored by Stewardship Matters, Estate Planning.